Hey guys, this next clip was made possible by NewsVoice, which is a democratized news app created to fight back against the filter bubbles caused by corporate media. Download for free from newsvoice.com/Pakman or click the link under this video. The fallout from Bob Woodward's book about the Trump White House continues, and today I want to focus in on comments from Gary Cohn, who's a former economic advisor of Donald Trump's, who says, according to Bob Woodward's book, this is pretty full on, that Donald Trump has the IQ of an inbred tanning bed, which is really a nice comedic touch because just saying he has the IQ of a tanning bed is sort of funny, and it maybe is a connection to Donald Trump's fake tanning, which he is so known for, but adding the touch about the inbred tanning bed really puts it over the top for me. And this is now not merely anecdotal. That's really the story for me. The people who stop working for Donald Trump and don't have some personal interest in not disparaging him, sometimes their party, to non-disclosure agreements that they choose to abide by, although sometimes they choose to ignore them, or those who are not hired to be Trump apologists. So Corey Lewandowski, Trump's former campaign manager, sort of famously left Trump's world, organization, campaign, administration, whatever, and went on CNN, but he was hired as the Trump guy, so he wasn't going to go on and say bad things. Those who just leave and say what's on their minds seem to say really bad things about Donald Trump, including that the reality is way worse than what the public knows. And that's exactly what Gary Cohn, who was part of the Goldman Sachs wing of the Trump administration, is saying, according to Bob Woodward's new book. Cohn was the director of the National Economic Council for Trump for a little while, and he was reportedly stunned by how ignorant Trump was starting from day one. Trump has, according to Cohn, and from what we know, a pretty fundamental misunderstanding of basic economics and even of how money works. Remember that phone call he made to one of his national security advisors, Michael Flynn, to ask him about whether the dollar going up versus down was good for the United States. And Gary Cohn's anecdotes about Trump's money knowledge are truly amazing. Cohn told, according to Bob Woodward, Cohn told Trump that the Fed was probably going to be increasing interest rates during Donald Trump's first term. And Trump allegedly said, we should just go borrow a lot of money, hold the money, and then sell the money for more, and we will make money. And Cohn explained to him, no. If we borrow money, that increases the deficit, and you said you wanted to get rid of the deficit, to which Trump responded, just run the presses, print money, according to Bob Woodward. So the trend is Trump is ignorant. His first Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, called him a moron. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis, according to Bob Woodward, told close associates that Trump, quote, had the understanding of a fifth or sixth grader. Former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Katie Walsh reportedly said that working with Trump was, quote, like trying to figure out what a child wants. I don't even know that I agree, because you can usually figure out what the child wants. It doesn't seem to be clear what Trump wants. And Scott Pruitt, the EPA director, said in not so many words that Trump has effectively no understanding whatsoever of both the Constitution and the rule of law. Pruitt, one of the most corrupt and vile members of Trump's administration, even sees the absurdity of what he's dealing with Donald Trump. And now you have Gary Cohn saying that Trump has the IQ of an inbred tanning bed. There are two kind of parallel levels of debate or discussion taking place right now. On the right, within the right, you're starting to see some people engage in a debate with Trumpists about whether Trump truly is or isn't qualified to be president. That's actually kind of a win. Like, just the fact that we're seeing some Republicans say, okay, Hillary's a disaster, I hate Hillary, she's evil, she should be locked up, whatever, but Trump may not be qualified to be president, but I'm still a Republican and I want a Republican to be president. The left is beyond that. We're now mostly exploring on the left whether Trump is qualified to I don't know, run a car wash. And I don't want to insult car wash owners. I think the answer is clearly no. Trump's not even qualified to run a car wash. And car wash owners likely are more qualified than Trump to be president. They probably have some basic understanding of how money works. Breaking Bad, I guess, would be one example of that. But this is alternate universes. We're seeing this fork, this divergence, where on the right, we're desperate to see even just a few introspective, critical comments about, listen, maybe this guy shouldn't be president, whereas on the left we're saying this is a crisis of monumental proportions.